Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Bruce Sees All Research Channel. This is the podcast. It's an interesting one. I hope some of you will take the time to listen to what I have to say, and I'm sure you're going to find some interest in what I have to say. First, I found out, however you want to take this, that I am affecting the UFO disinformation campaign. Many years ago, they all started this, right? Many of the people that are sought after really for speaking about UFOs, are said to be false prophets, liars, misguiding the public. But who and which ones? That's the problem. Misguiding reporters also, right? There's even secret projects based on just that. When I showed up with real evidence of aliens and or UFOs on the moon in particularly, I was not part of the false flag, nor am I working for any government agency, so they had themselves a problem, as I. But honestly, I found out fast enough when I started getting questions like they were asking me, like, who is telling you what's on the moon? Or is someone guiding you? Do you have any secret funders? Are you working with any partners? Do you know any ufologists in any foreign countries? Do you know any private investigators? Are you part of MUFON? I was asked why I made Russian-speaking videos, Chinese-speaking videos, and it wasn't, or it could be just regular people, but sometimes I'd get questions from people that, when you start seeing, without being paranoid, there's actually people around you really trying to get information out from you. Many odd people, and I mean odd people, that I met doing this work, which makes for an interesting life, that's for sure. The people who have a connection with spiritual beings will not be affected by the government disinformation campaign because, well, I would say that most of the people we think that, are the good ones may be agents and or even the bad ones. And yeah, as much for me, the ones that we think may be bad might be good and may be agents. There are agents on the inside, I believe, just my belief, in the U.S. and particularly, that are for the people. I'd like to hope so, for sure. They're bringing out the information, but many have been hurt, even killed, some even taken their lives. Careful with what I'm saying. And with my research, when the UFO contract had changed, that's when I started doing this research. Because if I'd come up with this 10 years ago, I probably maybe would have been killed. Because honestly, you all know, those of you checking out the research, what I'm showing on the moon, like, completely exposes the governments that have been up there. If they don't know about what's up there and I'm seeing them myself, and they have larger equipment, it's because they know what's up there. Many things hidden were to come out. This was said a long time ago, and they have, right? We all know that. And more will come out, too, in the future. A lot of you don't believe it will, but I assure you it will. I guarantee you it will. The people bringing out all the information, like the whistleblowers, all basically have gag orders, and, they sign contracts that hold them accountable for if they speak against anything that they're doing in their line of work. Most want to keep their retirements. Some are a few years, weeks, maybe away from their retirements. So it's, it's not something they want to risk, but it's become too concerning, apparently, based on what, Ross Coulthart and some of the whistleblowers are talking about. Some people lost their lives. Some took their lives. Some are still being harassed. Some will be harassed. And so on and so forth. So what the public knows about the UFOs is pretty much jumbled up. All of us, we know parts and bits of things that we believe are true, but with all the misinformation out there, we know parts of the stories can be true, but most associate UFOs right off the bat with spacecraft, right? Some think they're living, alive, organic. Someone mentioned just this afternoon that we talk about here a lot, and they may well be. I'm telling you, as long as you know that false prophets are not just talking about the Bible, some are maybe talking about UFOs also. There are too many possibilities for us guys, seriously, to think we know even who was on the moon. That's why I've never confirmed anything. I got a lot of theories, as you all. So, for example, which alien species are like still on Earth? Like, it's really interesting what we are all learning together, but it's still all just theorizing about the evidence that we have, visual proof, what we know by researching online, what we believe is true. But still, that's enough for me, because I think we'll find more credibility in what we are all doing together, the public, as compared to what the government is feeding us. I want to talk to you about what's in the title: the merging of the fields of ufology and paranormal investigations. I already believe in secrecy, that these two fields have already merged. And why do I say in secrecy? Well, the UFO reports and what they're telling the public. When they tell us that they're studying UFOs, UFOs can literally mean we are studying, UFOs, ghosts, specters, entities, aliens, demons. I mean, these are all entities, from other dimensions and other realms. This is really interesting, and I believe that it's going to come out into the public, and I believe that religion, spirituality is all going to be researched. Ancient myths. Look at the Navajo Nation. Amazing people, amazing stories, amazing knowledge. Well, they're going to get that from the Navajo people to be able to know more about specters and about, curses that were put onto towns and people for having done certain things. I mean, guys, this goes back into the foundation of the belief systems of these people. And so the government is going to want to find out. And not only through research can you find things out. Sometimes you have to actually talk to an actual person, right? The field of paranormal research and ufology. Okay, so we're talking about this. They're both distinct in their primary areas of focus, but they do share, guys, a number of intriguing similarities that have led many to, let's say, hypothesize about, the potential connections between the two areas of that study. So both fields involve the investigation of phenomena that are not easily explained by conventional scientific understanding, right? And both often involve the exploration of realms that are not ours. So they investigate realms that are beyond the scope of our current knowledge. So the public has no idea where it is when they talk about another dimension. We just, hypothesize, theorize, imagine. We can't do anything else. We can't do anything else except for try to come to some type of common sense conclusion, right? So UFOs, ghosts, specters, entities, demons, angels, other paranormal phenomena, they may all be manifesting themselves into this realm. So they're all manifestations of beings or entities, same thing maybe, from other dimensions, or maybe even other parallel worlds or areas that we don't know where they're coming from, not yet understood, whether the government knows or not. That these entities are actually able to enter our physical realm through some form of dimensional or interdimensional gateway, portal, wormhole. Often I talk about along the magnetic lines that were formed during the Big Bang, right? Which allows them to interact with our world in various ways, but hopefully not in ways that can harm us. So are there good aliens? Are there bad aliens? Some don't even believe there are aliens. I assure you there are aliens. And I believe both good and bad is a possibility. It's been explored in various scientific and philosophical contexts. In quantum mechanics, the many worlds interpretation suggests that every possible outcome of a quantum event occurs in a separate universe or dimension, too. Just that has been consuming my mind for the past 3 months. This ideal has been extended to the concept of parallel worlds. That's why, we hear often they talk about the parallel worlds, where each world represents a different set of historical events or outcomes. Try to wrap your mind around that. And again, this is just me talking there, but this is how I'm interpreting, the possibility. I've had several awakenings, and this is another one that I'm having. And at the same time, I'm trying to learn, like all of you, exactly what's going on. Hope some of you are listening to this because it's a very interesting podcast. In the context of paranormal research and ufology, the ideal of parallel worlds or dimensions, it's going to provide a potential explanation, I think, for like a wide variety of phenomena that has been reported over the years. For example, UFO sightings could be the result of beings from another dimension or parallel world, for example, that's visiting our own. Nothing impossible there. While ghosts and other paranormal entities could actually be manifestations of beings from these other realms that have become trapped or bound to our world, or are being called and or dragged here by something malevolent on Earth. Yeah, maybe a little far-fetched. I'm going to have to listen to this before posting it. Dimensional or interdimensional gateways could provide an understanding of how these entities are maybe able to enter our world, right? We're trying to understand. And these, let's call them gateways, could be also natural phenomena, such as, I talked about it today, vortices or energy fields, right? It's funny, I talked about vortices today. Well, it has to do with what I'm talking about right now. The vortices, energy fields, magnetic fields, they could be the result of advanced technology or physic abilities. Think of it. Energy fields. Who says it's a natural phenomenon? It could very well be an advanced technology or psychic ability. Now we're talking about even psychic abilities. Telepathy. I'm going to bring a whole slew of different terms into this. It's again, still along the same field of research. I find they're all going to merge. They've already been merged, I believe, but in secrecy. In conclusion, I can say, UFOs, ghosts, specters, entities, demons, angels, all the ones that I mentioned, and other paranormal phenomena, it may all be manifestations of beings or entities from other dimensions or parallel worlds. Intriguing and thought-provoking idea. While this hypothesis is basically what I'm doing, it still requires further research, of course, and further investigation. And this is what I'm trying to do by continuing to examine what I'm seeing on the moon and around me. But again, if you've never had a ghost encounter or ever seen any specters or shadows or have had weird paranormal activity occur around you or to you, within your house, or in my case, even in my car, which I even made my mother laugh. She was like questioning it. Talking the other day with her saying, yeah, I'm telling you, like in the car. And then there was a pause. She didn't say anything, but I was like, I spoke for her and I said, he's on drugs. She started to laugh. She goes, I didn't say that. I said, no, but you must be thinking it. She goes, no, it's just weird in the car. Paranormal activity. What's weird and what's not the norm for a lot of people, which is normal. It's hard to even wrap your mind sometimes around the possibility or the reality of it all. It offers a potential explanation, all this research, for the wide variety of phenomena that are reported in both the fields, guys, of paranormal research and ufology. By exploring the connections between these two fields, I believe, areas of study, we may gain a deeper understanding, right? Just me saying this there, of the nature of reality and the mysteries that lie beyond our current understanding and or what we do not understand. I think it's worth the time and effort trying to, if not already, like I said, in secrecy, to combine these two fields of researches. And not just that field, everything, religion, priests, paranormal, sorry, I already said paranormal, priests, in churches, if they're looking for truth, they should be honest about the Bible and help find out what's going on with these ghosts and, everything that the Bible talks about, demons and stuff. But they were left out. Not just the Catholic religion, but a lot of religions left out are actually deliberately excluding certain parts of the Bible, certain books of the Bible. Look at the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch, okay? Noah in the book of Enoch is born with, long white hair, eyes that are glowing, that's lighting up the room. He's already knowledgeable and can speak. Come on. I'm not saying he's an alien, but I'm not saying he's human, because humans usually, that doesn't happen with humans. Now you can say, well, it's because God is, God works in mysterious ways. Stop. Seriously. Think of it. They're hiding truths from us. And get this, when we find parts of any given truth of any given subject or matter, well, they just integrate a couple of lies, but convincing lies, just like the realm that we live in right now, the matrix, the simulation, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe, it's pretty convincing.